Welcome back to English Classes Online, where English learning is made easy. On this channel, our goal is to equip you with the linguistic tools required for effective communication and for success in your English exams. We teach everything English, and your proficiency is our business. If you are intending to take any of the English language proficiency tests, such as IELTS and Duolingo English Test, DET, you'll find links to our training courses in the description section below. Moreover, we teach you how to use the English language as an effective tool for creating content, monetizing content, and creating for yourself multiple streams of income on various online platforms. If you are interested in such lessons, kindly subscribe to this channel by clicking on the subscribe button below. Make sure you click on the bell icon as well, so that whenever a new video is uploaded on the channel you will be notified instantly. This will ensure that you don't miss any of our new videos. We appreciate all of you out there who keep supporting us by liking and sharing our videos with your friends and relations. Do not forget to browse through our playlists for other video lessons. In the description section below you'll also find links to different resources such as ebooks, online courses, and training courses that you might find useful for your English learning or for your content creation skill development. Let's get started with today's lesson right away.
Hi friends, Benjamin here from English Classes Online. In today's lesson, we are going to look at top rules for placing adverbs in sentences. Let's dive into the lesson without much ado. We want to begin with a quick look at the lesson objectives. At the end of this lesson, you should be able to do the following. 1. Define adverbs. 2. Explain with examples adverbs used at the beginning of sentences. 3. Explain with examples adverbs used at the middle of sentences. And 4. Explain with examples adverbs used at the end of sentences. And then we look at different rules governing the placement of these adverbs. What are adverbs? An adverb is a word that modifies a verb, an adjective, or another adverb. Examples: he ran quickly. The word quickly is the adverb modifying the verb ran. And then the novel is very interesting. Now, the word very is the adverb modifying the adjective interesting. Jack spoke so rudely to his uncle. The adverb here is so, and of course, rudely is another adverb, but so is the adverb modifying another adverb, rudely. So that actually confirms our definition that an adverb is a word that modifies a verb, an adjective, or another adverb. Let's begin to look at adverbs used at the beginning of sentences. Connecting adverbs. For example, moreover, however, consequently, then, still, etc. Now, let's look at some examples. I don't like cats. Moreover, my wife hates them. You see, so we use moreover at the beginning of a sentence. Another example, adverbs of time, such as today, tomorrow, now, etc. This also can begin a sentence. For example, today, $1 is almost 500 naira. You see, we begin the sentence with the adverb today. Now, let's look at adverbs used in the middle of sentences, and such adverbs include adverbs of frequency, such as always, often, never, usually, etc. For example, he is always making a noise in class. You see, always comes in the middle of the sentence. He is always. The second type of adverb we can use in the middle of sentences is adverbs of certainty. For example, certainly, definitely, surely, probably, really, etc. For example, Mary will surely pass all her exams. You see, surely is the adverb here coming in the middle of the sentence. Now let's look at adverbs used at the end of sentences. Adverbs of frequency are among those we can use at the end of sentences. Adverbs of frequency include usually, normally, often, frequently, sometimes, occasionally. For example, he visits his aged parents occasionally. You see? So one thing with adverbs is that adverbs are mobile in a sentence. You can find adverbs at the beginning, at the middle, and at the end of sentences. But then we are looking at, certain types of adverbs that can be found at the beginning, certain other times at the middle, and others at the end of sentences. Now, adverbs of place can also come at the end of sentences, and adverbs of place include somewhere, outside, here, there, everywhere. For example, the disease spread everywhere. You see, everywhere is the adverb coming here at the end of the sentence. The third type of adverb we can place at the end of the sentence is adverbs of manner. They are adverbs that answer the question how, such as slowly, quickly, silently, carefully. For example, she opened the envelope carefully. You see, the word carefully is the adverb coming at the end of the sentence. Now, the fourth type of adverb we can place at the end of the sentence is adverb of time, which include today, already, last week, this year. For example, there is no wind today. Okay? Okay, so now let's look at more of the rules for placing adverbs at the beginning of sentences. Some adverbs used at the beginning of a sentence must be separated by a comma. Those that require a comma are as follows: however, in fact, therefore, nevertheless, moreover, furthermore, and still. For example, Samson was the strongest man of his time. However, comma, he was morally weak. You see, when we begin a sentence with an adverb like however, we follow it with a comma. That is the rule, okay? Jack was unable to obtain the required mark for admission into the university. Furthermore, comma, he has rescinded his decision to seek university admission. Now, rule number 2, some adverbs are not used to begin a declarative sentence, such as always, ever, rarely, seldom, never, unless in some unique cases, some exceptional cases, okay? Now, let's look at in the middle of sentences. Rule number 1, adverbs used in the middle of a sentence are usually placed before main verbs and after auxiliary verbs. For example, let's look at how you can place before main verbs. Jack always makes a noise in class. You see, the auxiliary verb here is always, and it comes before makes a noise, okay? The main verb is makes. Another example, Mary sometimes wishes it was not so hot. Sometimes is the adverb coming before the main verb wishes. So when you use an adverb in the middle of sentences, you place the adverb right before the main verb. Okay. Another example, Rose always has a mirror in her handbag. The main verb here is has, and the adverb is always, coming before the main verb. Now, another rule governing the placement of adverbs in the middle of sentences is that certain adverbs come after the auxiliary verbs. For example, Mrs. Okon is always quarreling with her neighbors. You see, the auxiliary verb here is, and then the adverb always comes after the auxiliary verb is, and right before the main verb quarreling. Okay. Another example, Jane will hopefully pass all her exams. The auxiliary verb here is will, and hopefully, which is the adverb, comes after the auxiliary verb. And again, it obeys the rule we earlier stated. It comes right before the main verb pass. Another example, Mark has always been interested in graphic design. You see, the auxiliary verb is has, and the adverb is always, coming after the auxiliary verb has and before the main verb, being interested. Okay. Of course, where we have such a compound, verb phrase, then we see that the adverb comes in between two auxiliary verbs, has and been, has always been. Okay, so you can see that peculiar usage there. Again, the adverb comes, before the main verb. Now let's look at rules for using adverbs at the end of sentences. One, adverbs of frequency, usually, normally, often, frequently, sometimes, occasionally. He visits his aged parents occasionally. These are the types of adverbs that we can use at the end. Then adverbs of place, as we earlier saw, somewhere, outside, here, there, everywhere. The disease spread everywhere. We already saw this. Then adverbs of manner, slowly, quickly, silently, carefully. For example, she opened the envelope carefully. Then adverbs of time, today, already, last week, this year. For example, there is no wind today. So then number 5, adverbs. Some adverbs are not used at the end of a declarative sentence. And then you need to take note of such adverbs, adverbs like ever, rarely, seldom, and never. Okay, so in a declarative sentence, you don't use these types of adverbs at the end of the sentence. Okay, and this brings us to the end of today's lesson. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, make sure you like the video and share it with your friends and relations. If you have any questions, comments, or suggestions, kindly leave them in the comment section below. I look forward to seeing you in the next class. Goodbye for now and remain blessed. Many thanks for watching today's video. A big thank you to all of you out there for being part of today's episode. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, kindly subscribe to this channel. Subscribe now as a way of giving us support. For notification about new videos, click on the bell icon. You will find the bell icon. Click on it so that whenever a new video is uploaded, you will be instantly notified. If you have actually enjoyed the video, like and share the video with your friends and relatives. This is very important. If you have any comments, leave your comments below. Any questions, any suggestions, we would gladly receive them and respond promptly and positively to them. See you in the next video. I look forward to always seeing you in the new video.